News, the heads of the MAGA movement are scared shitless, and that's not me exaggerating, they're admitting it. Steve Bannon at a speech today saying if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
Well, guys, the Republicans are freaking out right now because they know that after they got obliterated at the polls this week, they now have to change all of their messaging back to the economy and affordability.
Listen to what I just heard Mike Johnson say. They are afraid because of the election results last night. They're afraid of the midterms. Listen, just listen.
He has raised almost $2 billion of campaign funds himself since his election, over the last 9 months. He's going to invest heavily to ensure that we keep the House majority because the president knows, and he and I talk about this almost daily, he knows if we don't win this midterm, everything is on the line. If we don't win the midterm, he won't have 4 years of a presidency. It will end at 2.
My grandmother always said, be careful of the grave you dig for somebody else because you just might fall in there. And that's what has happened to Republicans. Republicans dug a hole for liberals, and they ended up burying their own voters in that.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, Republicans are melting down. They're so scared. They are like frustrated. They're like, oh my God, what's happening? And now they're scared like next year, if they lose in midterm election, they may impeach they may impeach Trump, or they may put them, like many of them, in prison because of course they know they're hiding something, they know they're doing something illegal. So guys, this is insane. Let's dive in. The credit goes to the original of the videos. I will be back with more commentary.
News, the heads of the MAGA movement are scared shitless, and that's not me exaggerating, they're admitting it. Apologies for looking like an old man, but I took out my contacts for the night. Steve Bannon at a speech today saying if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included. Alright, so there is both a very obvious good side to this and a very obvious bad side to this. Let's explain it. The good side of this is it confirms what a lot of us already suspected after the elections on Tuesday were a total blowout for the Democrats nationwide. We saw races in Minnesota, in Georgia, in California, in New York, in Illinois, in New Jersey, and in Virginia all swing to the Democrats without question. Political analysts are very much correct right now when they say that the elections on Tuesday were a test of whether or not Americans are willing to put up with Trump, and the result was a resounding fuck no. In addition, there were 30 Moms for Liberty elections nationwide. Every single one of them lost their election. And the reason I bring that up is because one of the main events that led to MAGA building up so much power nationwide was Moms for Liberty candidates infiltrating local positions, especially school boards. So to see every single Moms for Liberty candidate either up for election or up for re-election lose their races all at the same time is a huge warning bell. What happened on Tuesday backed up what I've been trying to tell a lot of you for most of this year. MAGA does not have anywhere near as much control as they think they do, and what control they do have is rapidly slipping. This isn't stopping evil things from happening, but this is absolutely the extinction burst of MAGA. Now, as for the bad news, this is the extinction burst of MAGA. And how an extinction burst manifests is that the ideology which is going extinct suddenly goes through an explosive and hyper-aggressive period of trying to propagate itself as aggressively and offensively as possible. This is the ideological equivalent of a rat knowing that it's in the corner and now it has nothing left to do but bite, claw, and attack as much as it can until it is dead. Which is exactly why Curtis Yarvin talked earlier about needing to flee the country, and why now people like Steve Bannon, Stephen Miller, and Tom Homan are saying we need to get all of our goals done really, really fast right now. We need to ramp up how fast we're getting these things done. What this means is that MAGA knows after the elections on Tuesday that if they do not get everything they need to done by the midterms next year, then their ideology is dead beyond saving. Which is precisely why Steve Bannon said, hey, we're going to be going to prison if we don't win the midterms. The real people who are going to be prison are people like Stephen Miller and Tom Homan and Steve Bannon, not the average MAGA voter, but they want to convince MAGA voters that they're going to be sent to prison too. MAGA has officially entered terminal fight or flight. They are going to get much more aggressive. They are going to get much more pushy about their agenda. But the flip side of that is, the more aggressive they get, the more they rush to get things done, the more mistakes they're going to make, the more lines they're going to cross. They push too hard, too fast, everyone will lash out. And I strongly suspect that if the midterms go the way that I believe they're going to go next year, we are going to see Donald Trump, Tom Homan, Steve Bannon, Steve Miller, and J.D. Vance fleeing the country, because all of them know what's coming to them the second the actual rule of law is restored.
So guys, actually this melting down is real. You can see Trump starting talking about the grocery, the way everything is expensive, the Thanksgiving and everything. It's because now he knows like people want to live normal life. So he's starting to talk about that. So he because he's scared, he's seeing like people are turning on him seriously. He's seeing like people, they made rules soon as possible. And of course, we know when they lose, many of them, they are going to suffer from it. It's like they are, their things will come out and they will be impeached. And of course, others, they will go to prison. They even said that for themselves. That means they know like they're doing something wrong here, by the way. So guys, let's keep watching.
So it's 4 a.m. right now, and I just noticed that Donald Trump had a total meltdown last night over Republicans losing across the country, and you just have to see it. His first response to the results came at 10:05 p.m. He said Trump wasn't on the ballot and shut down were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight, according to pollsters. These pollsters don't exist. He's just making them up. But the real reason Republicans lost was because of him. He's broken promises, prices are still going up, inflation is still going up, and people are sick of it. Then shortly after at 10:19 p.m., he bragged about the ratings for his 60 Minutes interview. So while he's typing this, his party is getting destroyed across the country, and yet this is what he's worried about. Then at 10:41 p.m., he said Republicans terminate the filibuster, get back to passing legislation and voter reform. So clearly he's a little panicked about the results. Then again at 10:58 p.m., he demanded that they terminate the filibuster for all of these different reasons. He's still very panicked while typing this. And then finally, he concluded his meltdown at 11:34 p.m. saying, "And so it begins." And he actually posted this while Zohran Mamdani was giving his victory speech, and around the same time that Mamdani said, "Hey, Trump, I know you're watching, turn up the volume," and things like that. So it's obvious that Donald Trump is hurt by these results. The American people soundly rejected him last night, and that has hurt his very fragile
this morning. Like shit? Yeah, I can relate. Last night was a total and complete disaster. I realized these were blue states. I don't care. The margins are so large, and Republicans lost across the board, everywhere, in every race. There's really no good news. Literally, the only good news is how radical the Democrats are and how Mamdani will now be the poster child for every Republican to use against his opponent. I mean, they'll all have to explain where they stand on Mamdani as he wrecks New York. But the Republican Party needs to get its shit together, ASAP. I'm really glad we spent the past couple of weeks, as Sean Davis of The Federalist put it, policing some young person's group chat, what a podcast host said, and what the head of a think tank over at Heritage had to say. I'm really glad that the Republicans devoted so much time to that. That was a great move. Terrific move. Way to stick together, to really shine a light on what matters. The Republicans like to lose. They enjoy losing. They enjoy when they are embattled and in a losing position and complaining. They love it. They do it really well. Less good at winning, especially when Donald Trump is not there to get them over the line. The Republican Party is not strong. Donald Trump is strong. Republicans don't know how to win. They don't know who to run. They don't know what to do when daddy's not there to fly them across the finish line. And that's just been so obvious. Meanwhile, Trump is all over the Middle East while people's groceries bills are still high. They're still dealing with inflation. They're suffering. Like, that's it. Okay. We're focus on domestic policy and on making people's lives better.
After Trump took office, Republicans turned on Latinos, but in last night's election, Latinos turned on Trump so hard, the future of the Republican Party might be in danger. About 15 years ago, Republican strategists realized that the number of eligible Latino voters had gotten pretty large and was only going to go up over time. In response, they made a really strong push to recruit Latino voters into the party, playing up issues that might resonate with the Catholic faith and fear-mongering about countries that many of their families may have fled from. Over time, the data showed that this was working, and a significant number of Latinos were turning to the Republican Party. And this remained true even during Trump's re-election campaign, where he promised mass deportations, but with the caveat that they would only affect the worst of the worst. Well, after months of ICE separating innocent families and racially profiling people on the streets, clearly the Latino community has had enough. In Manassas Park, Virginia, where 46% of the population is Latino, Abigail Spanberger outperformed Kamala Harris by 22 points. That wasn't a one-off. This trend was repeated across multiple different states last night. If these stats continue in this direction, this could be the biggest migration away from the Republican Party in modern history.
If we lose the majority, if the Republicans, we lose the majority in the House, and this radical element of the Democratic Party were able to take over, we've already seen that movie. They will try to end the Trump administration. He won't have 4 years, he'll have only 2, because they will move to impeach him probably on the first day of the new Congress in January 2027, and they will try to systematically unwind all the important reforms that we've done for the American people. So
don't threaten us with a good time. That's what we want. You're telling us that we can end Trump's administration after 2 years if we get out and vote during the midterms? He just made all the Democrats ads for them. Democrats, you don't even need to make any ads. Just play this shit.
For months, we see Republicans doing whatever they want. They don't listen to people. People cry their eyes out. Even the people who voted for them, like MAGA, like farmers, they just cry about the economy, about what's happening, but they seems like they don't care. They don't even hear them. We didn't see before Trump addressing all this happening, but now he saw the election, he's freaking out. He's like, okay, I'm going to this coast. I feel like this is a lie. Even if he do it, he will do it until he win midterm election. After that, he will go back to his way, because that's who he is. He doesn't care about working class. He doesn't care about people. So be careful on what you vote for. Don't let him manipulate you. I really hope like you already woke up, and I really appreciate the election was good. Spanish, you did your best, but not like the way we're expecting after what's happened to you. You should do more like brags, but this is amazing. This is the starting. So actually, guys, Republican right now, they're in too much pain. They can't take it. I'm telling you, they're having a heart attack right now. Yeah, this is insane. Like, I love that they're losing. I love that many people who voted for him last time, now they're opening their eyes. They're seeing the guy they voted for. He doesn't care about them. He doesn't care about their well-being. He doesn't care that they are doing good. He only there to just like destroy them. I'm really happy that they are being able to open their eyes and see what's happening and say like it's not enough. We have to claim our country back. We have to claim our democracy back. It's amazing. I can really say like keep up a good work. Keep doing this. No one is going to take your country. No one is going to take you right away if you keep doing what you're doing. So guys, actually I have few comments from the people. The first one said they are panicking because the consequences finally catch up. That's the world show. Of course it's catching up. Karma is catching up with them because you keep treating people like they are not worth it, but you know you are gonna pay. You can see the pain in the eyes. They're so frustrated, and we are here for that. We love to see that. The second one said this isn't winning culture war, it's the damage control. Watch the messaging collapse. The third one say impeachment talk isn't fantasy. There real is the solution and feelings happening. Actually guys, they Mike say like if they win next year mid-election, they may impeach Trump. That means they really know that they are doing something wrong. They really know there is a reason why he should be impeached. That's why. You get my point. I really hope the smart person right now can open their eyes and know like this guy, they are for no good. They just don't respect court rules. They don't respect anyone. They just do whatever they want. So this is insane. And he should be president for the people, not for himself and his rich friend. So the fourth one is a conviction already happened for some figures. That person fuels our fear. The last one is don't just go and don't just judge and be transparent, because if you're not, you're gonna lose everything. So guys, I don't know what you think personally. Me, I'm really happy that people show them like, okay, you can't control us, we can still change our mind if you treat us badly. I really appreciate what you did. I think you should keep up. Don't let them manipulate you. Even if they try to fix like grocery price right now, it's just to manipulate you so you can vote for them. What they shown you these past few months is who they are. So once they vote again, they win again, they will treat you the same. So I hope you are smart enough to make the best decision. I hope this time you are not going to vote against your own interests. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. I will see you next time as always. Bye.